welcome to me too. My name's Marge. I'm a Heilka empath, and I just like having these little talks on how I feel about things. And being Heilka, I feel all kinds of things. I'm a clarier. I get all kinds of know-how and whatnot. So, um, people call them all kinds of, it's intuition. It's your, people call it whatever you're drawn to, whatever your background is. Angels, spirits. If a lot of clinical backgrounds, it's psychosis, it's schizophrenia, it's whatever, they're all synonyms, and it's all just input that you're getting. Some of it's auditable to you, some of it's auditable to everyone. It's just how you receive data and information, into your soul and your spirit from the solar system. We're just one big huge picture, folks, and people think that they're their own show, and it's the wrong idea. But things are changing, the perspective's changing, and I like to try and change the dialogue here. I got a pretty cool background. I got a lot of background in science, and I've been a spiritualist my whole life. I was in the military. I got a pretty cool story, actually, and it's all led me to where I am today. And today I was listening to a talk by Dolores Cannon, and I just listen to these talks go on, and then my mind wanders, and I put things together, and then I talk about them here. And when I was a little girl, I used to watch Sesame Street, and they always talked about imagination, 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 and I'd always imagine, we grew up real poor, so I'd always have to, it wasn't too hard to, and a lot of crappy stuff happened, and without and so I would use my imagination as an escape, because I'd have to. We spent a lot of time on holidays. We'd spend freaking almost 12 hours on a Greyhound bus, and so that's a lot of time to get to imagine and have to be still, because I had a lot of energy. I was one of those bouncy kids that just be, and if my energy wasn't directed in a positive way, it would manifest in negativity, and I'd freaking end up, trying to make, so how does this work? And then and stuff would get broken, and, lesson learned. Because we're just a spirit having a human soul sack experience of learning lessons, and we're going to keep incarnating until we're figured it out. And this incarnation, I'm pretty fortunate that I figured some stuff out, and maybe people will find me and are aligned with me and my way of thinking. Maybe not. I'm in line with a lot of other people. I can have a conversation with anybody. So I've always just really used my imagination. Then I notice when you use your imagination, then when you grow up and you use your imagination too much, it's to, in the wrong hands, it's to your detriment, and you freaking end up locked up or whatever, And there's another scenario going on with power behind the scenes. It's always behind the scenes with power, this race and desire for power. And I'm just a freaking, I'm just a Native American girl who just freaking likes to be in nature. I don't even need other people. I got animals, I got nature, I like people. There's just, God, I'm just so tired of freaking hanging out with people just because I'm a novelty, or just because, they can talk to, make fun of me to their friends later, and do whatever, project or whatever, people aren't genuine and authentic. I haven't found enough to, recognize the genuine and authenticity in me and want to engage, so that's alright. I don't mind so much. It frees me up to listen to talks by Dolores Cannon, like the one I'm listening to today. And this talk was, who knows when it was done. It was posted today, but she died several years ago, about 4 years ago now. And she's been around for years and years, decades, and she hypnotized people, and then they tell her what they see, and then she puts all the data together. She collects data like I do, just in a different way. And the stories that she gets are freaking very similar to the stories that freaking other QHHT practitioners like Allison Coe and what's that, Alba Weinman, she does it too. And a lot of these people, you know, and they're not related. They don't even live in the same parts of the country, but their higher selves all come up with a very similar but different storylines depending on their lineage, is what I think. It's depend on their background and where their ancestors are from. My ancestors are from here in Spain, and mom's evidently, her lineage has been around here since 1600s, and so that kind of made me feel good when I was listening to Dolores Cannon, because I'm like, I hear all these talks, and I nobody wants to give bad news, and nobody wants to be right when they say things and bad things happen, you know. It sucks being a psychic, because, you know, you see the good stuff, but you see the freaking gnarly stuff too, and you know, and I spend a lot of time staying balanced and to the point that I try and really keep fear as a vibration omitted from my energy field, because it serves no good, and when I have fear in me, there's no room for faith. And fear is a tool. It's been a tool of manipulation and control for a long time, and finally people are starting to believe themselves over what other people are telling them, and they're also starting to find out that the organizations that are telling them stuff are freaking have their own agendas, and they're all crooks, and it's none of it's to, you know, to help the general population, the the collective consciousness, everyone, you know. There's just a few that are serving themselves, and the rest of us just get to watch their freaking pasty game of chess, you know, rich man's chess. And anyway, I don't want to get too far off the gamut there. I was talking about DC Dolores Cannon, and Allison Kozer had people that are reported, you know, and the same thing, and it's like the ships are coming, you know. I believe in, we're just cosmic dust, you know, our DNA, you know, all that junk DNA, it's just cosmic dust, you know, and we're cosmic beings, and we have human experiences, and the things that we could do and marvel in are so much bigger, but people can't imagine. People can't imagine. People stop being able to imagine. People have lost their creativity. If you look in the music industry, in the freaking entertainment industry as a total, look at it, they're all redoing the same thing. No wonder everybody's getting Alzheimer's and dementia. Is because there's nothing new. People aren't expanding and stretching their minds. They're all just working good, working hard, or hardly working, you know. And it's embarrassing. And with the number of supposed people on the planet, I think they fudged the numbers anyway. There should be a lot more creativity happening, you know. We shouldn't be living in such dirty conditions at this point, you know. With all the nasty, you know, all that old stuff has to die away. And people aren't getting it. So what's going to happen is the earth is going to start saying, all right, here you go. You know, the earth is going to grow and expand, because like our spirits, we are expansive, and we're supposed to. And so when people are stagnant and just keep doing the same thing over and over, but they're collecting money, that's a power in a greedy way, and it's a seedy thing, and it's man-made, and it's not even real. And so for so many people to suffer over stuff that's not even real, like going over and bombing tiny countries, you know, and sending people into refugee status for oil and whatever, so your contractors and your bros can freaking make tax free because it's a hostile environment, when you are the ones that are making it hostile, you freaking idiots, you know. So what's going to happen is the world, see, we haven't seen it, and nobody that's on the planet right now, to my knowledge, hasn't seen any huge earth shifts. Like when you look, I'm into geology, always have been. It's the Native American girl in me, I think. I don't know, but when you see these huge shifts in like rocks that have like been thrusted out of the freaking earth and things like that, you know, that doesn't happen like over. It's not growing out of the earth like a tree. That is freaking insane force that happens in an instant, you know. And we're gonna see a lot of these, you know, and there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna freaking expire. If it's true, the story that, you know, Dolores and all these other practitioners, they're our relatives, our ancestors, the ones that I've always looked to the stars and connected with, you know, they're gonna reveal themselves, because what happens is the more people believe in something, the more it becomes reality. Okay? And for many, many years, we've been told that we need to be fearful, so we would be okay with giving, or less, we wouldn't fight against the system that was taking almost half of our own personal resources that we work for, so that they can make things to kill people in far off lands so they can make money and put it in their pockets. And now all this stuff and all this power has been grossly imbalanced. And so because there is such a high and a low, that, and when the flip happens, it's gonna create a spark. And freaking, you know, all I'm saying is civilizations have ended before. You know, whether it's my time on this planet, you know, is freaking a day, a week, you know, I live to share that all that is needed to change the whole entire planet is if people freaking get quiet, meditate for themselves, connect to that source, and degree a little bit. Yeah, everything could change. And if it doesn't, well, things are going to change for us. And that'd be really cool if what Dolores was saying is true, that the ships are waiting. And, you know, some of us, you know, will be brought up and watch to see what happens. The new architecture, you know. So, anyway, hope you find a higher power. Hope it's something that you got to get quiet to connect to, and that you don't get, you know, don't necessarily have to get in your car, drive up the road, and pay something to get, you know, because that ain't really a higher power. That's more ego stuff. But anyway, that's all. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.